Louisiana beer reviews. Sedrin beer, product of China. This beer is 4.3% alcohol. It was introduced in 1986, and since 2006 it has been part of the ever popular InBev company. So in 2006, InBev bought Sedrin, and 2 years later they acquired Anheuser-Busch. Imported exclusively by Jinjiang Trading Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. In fact, I bought this in Queens, New York, in the Flushing area of Queens at an Oriental grocery store. Sort of like a Korean, I think a Korean grocery store right off of like the corner of Main Street and Roosevelt. Can't remember the name of it, but you can go in there and you'll see a whole lot of Asian beers, East Asian beers. I wanted to get them all, but they only sold them in 6-packs, and I couldn't haul too much back. It's made with water, malted barley, rice, and hops. Very similar to Budweiser. Only thing is, it's 11.2 ounce can. It says very clearly here, InBev. So they're not trying to hide that fact. I bought a 6-pack. Does have a Best Buy date. Best Buy August 8th, 2012. So it's about a year out of date. But I knew that when I saw that dust on it. But I could have bought green bottles, but I figured I better go ahead with the cans. Besides that, the cans were $4.99 a 6-pack, and the green bottles were $5.99. So another thing, check this out. I just noticed this last night. I don't want to spill it. When was the last time you seen a pull tab like this? 1982. Can't get over that. Okay. A lot of smoke coming out of there. I use an InBev glass, Anheuser-Busch tasting glass. Okay. Medium white head and a clear, bubbly straw appearance. Lots of bubbles. It's an etched glass. Yeah. So you're not going to have the skunk with this that you might have had. Those bottles sitting up, setting up. I'm trying to get the whole can in here, and I think I can make it. So it looks like this tasting glass is just about 11.2 ounces. The aroma, oh, it's very sweet. Sweet grains. Indistinguishable grains, but it's sweet, and it has a full aroma, because when I popped that tab, I could smell it coming out of the can. Let's go with the flavor. Now the head didn't last much, but you wouldn't expect it to. Just grain, and that's your barley, malt, and rice. A touch of bitterness at the end. Similar to Budweiser in that respect, really. It's a little bit of age on it. It starts to get that, I don't know how you say, a moldy flavor. That's not really the right term. It's very slight there, though. I mean, you get some of these as 4 and 5 years old, like I've gotten, and they'll really have that pronounced. It's not like they're spoiled, but they're old. The mouthfeel is light and watery, picking up a little paper, and the finish is semi-dry. Well, let me say mostly dry, and it's refreshing here at 8:30 in the morning, and the drinkability is very good. Taking into account that it's a year out of date almost, it's still pretty good. It's one of the real popular beers over in China. Yeah, I know it's made with rice, and it's a mass-produced lager that Those kind of beers are really popular in East Asia. The light-bodied rice adjunct beers. They don't know better. They haven't been schooled by the beer experts like we have in America and Europe. They like the beer and they don't even realize they're not supposed to like it. So one day they'll wake up, ha ha ha. Anyway, or will wake up. Yeah, I really like it. I don't love it. It's not like extraordinary. Like most of these mass-produced beers, they're usually not extraordinary, but they're okay. They're easy drinking and they're enjoyable. I'm trying to have a middle ground with this because that's where it is. It really is a middle ground. They're not as fantastic as some people might say, and I don't know how many really say that. Most of the brewing companies of the mass-produced beers, they don't claim that it's extraordinary. They just say it's a good, enjoyable beer. Read the literature. They never claim that it's world class. But then on the other extreme, you have the beer snobs, I guess you could call them, and they'll claim it's horrible, undrinkable, swill, tastes like urine. I don't know why they would know that. All these like extremist views, and that kind of hurts their credibility. Let's just look at it what it is, as it is, for what it is. It's a ordinary beer. It's a style that most people associate with beer, carbonation, and it's enjoyable. That's the way you have to look at these things. With some sense, some sense of balance. It's not a conspiracy of mass producers to crush the little guy, really. It's just the way it is in business. Okay, how would I rate this? I would really like it with Chinese food. It's not up to the level of Qingdao or Golden Buddha, but it's okay. I'll give it a B-. It's good, but just so. But it's all right. I'm glad I got to try it, and that's where that stands. So, les bon temps roulé. This is a fairly good beer. It's so. And it's even good. Let's make the argument it's good. And I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.